Hi again. Welcome back to another, who knows what this is anymore. Another build-a-figure set idea. Something we could have had, but we're not going to have it. We're never going to have it, and I don't know why. So, I thought of a build-a-figure set idea. She's completely out of the loop at this point. So, I thought...
Maybe surprised.
Yes. I thought of another build-a-figure set idea, and I think you're going to love it. So, early 2010s, Activision came out with a lot of licensed Spider-Man games. Edge of Time, I think, was one of the better ones. And the final boss is truly something to behold. So, at the end of the game, Walker Sloan, the mastermind behind the whole thing of Anti-Venom going crazy and causing all the problems in 2099 and classic Spider-Man stories, and both timelines are getting screwed up. So, at the end of the game, something goes wrong with his time warp phase gate thing that he was using to go from the present to 2099 and back and forth. And I think it was actually Anti-Venom's fault. He went into a psychotic rage and he just broke it by accident. And what ended up happening was the phase gate sucked up Anti-Venom, Walker Sloan, and Doc Ock, and it spat back out this amalgamation of all three.
Hold on.
And that's the final boss. So, I don't know if I can find a good picture, but there are pictures. Let me just... Okay, I couldn't find a good picture. I will... The thumbnail is going to be the best one I could find, but I couldn't find a very good one. I'll just, I'll link the boss fight, and you can go check that out for yourself and watch that. That'll be the best picture that you're gonna get of him. But I don't know if I said yet, this thing's name is Atrocity. And it's not it looks like it's just Dr. Octopus wearing the Anti-Venom symbiote. But it's an amalgam of all three of those characters. So, if we're gonna make a Build-A-Figure set, the first three... She doesn't like being moved. So it should definitely have, well, I don't know. What's your opinions? Because,
I was hoping you were going to say Spider-Man 1 was going to be in the set. Was what he in that game?
Yes and no. I should say something. You're thinking of Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
Oh, okay.
With all the different dimensions. Edge of Time only focused on classic Spider-Man and 2099. But I found out something.
What?
So I decided to do some research for this episode, and in the process, I ended up on the article for the version of Spider-Man 2099 that was in Edge of Time. And I discovered that he's the same person, supposedly, the same version of that Spider-Man that was in Shattered Dimensions. So in other words, Edge of Time is essentially the sequel to Shattered Dimensions, and I had no idea. And maybe there's some references in dialogue, but it's not very showing that it is a sequel. But I mean, we could do that because of that. I don't know though.
You know, Spider-Man Noir is my favorite.
Yeah, but I feel like we should leave that up to like if there's a set for Shattered Dimensions that we could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so who else? If you're just going to use the characters that were in Age of Time.
Yeah.
We're going to have Classic in 2099.
Yeah.
And
what about the three that made up Atrocity? Walker Sloan, Anti-Venom, and Doc Ock.
I guess, and then have the big thing, the big monster as the figure that you're. What are you building?
Yeah, the monster.
Atrocity.
Atrocity.
Yeah. Okay.
But
that would make sense.
Yeah, but would it be done? Is that
Would anybody care about Walker Sloan as a character?
Right, that's what I'm saying, because like he was never in the comics. They made him for that video game, and he was just a person.
Right.
There was nothing beyond that. He was just a person.
I wouldn't want. I mean, if I was buying all that, I wouldn't want this figure of him just to get the other piece. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I would feel like I was getting ripped off.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I was paying $20 for this little piece of Atrocity and getting nothing else. So, who else could you use? I mean, if you use Doc Ock and who else did you say?
Anti-Venom.
Anti-Venom, yeah. If you use those two and didn't use Walker Sloan, I mean, it would be logical to use him, but I just don't think it'd be. I don't know. I don't think people would be happy with that. Who else would you use though?
Black Cat. I thought she was pretty cool in that game. They used the 2099 version. I don't know if that's actually a thing in the comics, but it was really cool seeing her duplicate herself. That was cool.
Yeah. Maybe. Who else? Who else would be? I mean, who else was there? What other villains did we fight? I haven't played that game in so long. I'm trying to remember.
There was Scorpion 2099. There was Doc Ock 2099. Or am I thinking of Shattered Dimensions?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm getting them mixed up. I don't know. I think Doc Ock was in Age of Time.
Yes, he was. I remember him. He was more like dialogue only, though. He was like the tech guy for Walker Sloan.
Yeah. The only villain I really remember from Shattered Dimensions is the Vulture.
Yeah.
He was like the main villain in that one.
Well, not really. The main villain was Mysterio.
Oh yeah.
But
he was the one that was doing all the crazy stuff. Yeah.
But in Edge of Time, the only baddie that I remember is Anti-Venom. Mm-hmm. So maybe I should have done more research.
Well, I mean, would you want to use Doc Ock and then Doc Ock 2099 though? Would you want to use Doc Ock twice? Black Cat's probably a better choice.
Yeah.
I would think so. Give more variety.
And I know that is from Edge of Time. Like, I'm not just spazzing out there.
Yeah.
I think I am spazzing out with Doc Ock, though. I think the female Doc Ock was Shattered Dimensions. I think.
So, okay. So let's go over again. There's the 5. We got Classic. Spider-Man. Then Spider-Man 2099. And Black Cat. And Anti-Venom. Right?
Okay.
And then who else?
Hold on. I gotta write this down.
You're supposed to have this written down like it.
Well, then that defeats the purpose of this.
I thought you were the one who's supposed to be prepared, and I was the one who's supposed to be out of the loop.
Well, I figured you could help with deciding who could be in the set.
Yeah. Well, I think the first 4 are good, but then who's number 5?
And 6.
Oh, there's 6?
Yeah, there'll have to be 6.
Oh.
Head, arms, torso, legs.
Head, arms, torso, legs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So we gotta come up with 6.
yeah.
We only got 4.
Well, write down our picks.
Okay. So we got classic. Okay, we got classic Spidey and the 2099 Spidey and Black Cat.
Yeah.
And I forgot who we said now.
We said Anti-Venom,
Oh.
but think about that.
Yeah.
Hasbro doing a Marvel Legends Anti-Venom. I mean, it would be like the Marvel Legends Blade or the Adam Warlock. It would hit the shelves, and that would be it. And then you'd see it on eBay like 3 months later, and it's $30. It would be like that.
Yeah.
You know it would.
Hmm.
Would they really do that, knowing that there would be such a higher demand than supply?
Why not? They can charge more for it.
I mean, they won't until it leaves the shelves.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I don't know if it's a method or just something that happens.
Maybe it's just their way of creating buzz about everything, you know?
Yeah.
I mean...
And this would be a promotional set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If only this happened. I would have been very happy.
I would use the anti-venom.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, anti-venom. And we got 2 more then, right?
Yes. We need a 6. There we go.
Okay.
So, let's discuss Doc Ock.
Okay.
He wasn't a boss. He was only in dialogue in this game.
Yeah.
So
who was some of the other bosses?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
I think the only big bad in Edge of Time. Well, no, that wouldn't be right. I was gonna say was Anti-Venom, but that wouldn't be right because I know Black Cat was in the game. And another one I know was in the game was the CEO. Because of the timey-wimey distortion stuff that Walker Sloan was doing, his plan was to make the police force of Alchemax, I forget what it's called, he was using time travel to make them form 15 years earlier than they did. And that altered time very badly. And what happened was there was this character in the 2099 universe called the CEO. And he was like the main guy behind Alchemax in the 2099 universe after it got changed because of what Walker Sloan did.
How about using one of the police force guys? Just a generic, no name character.
Possibly. But you're going to want to hear this. Guess who the CEO is?
Oh, gee. I have no idea.
So, Spider-Man is walking around...
Walker.
No.
No.
So Spider-Man is walking around, classic Spider-Man is walking around in the Alchemax facility in the 2099 verse, and he's saying things to the CEO, and he's never seen his face yet. And he's saying, alright, so you're my main villain. You're the guy this time. It's all about you. So who are you? You're obviously someone I know because of the things that the CEO had said to Spider-Man. And he said, okay, so who are you? Are you the Lizard? Are you Jameson? Are you like some crazy relative of like Rhino or something? I don't remember his exact line, but I remember the CEO walking out of the shadows and he says, sadly they're all long gone. I think he actually said long dead. And he looks at this picture on his desk, and it's a girl with red hair. So he steps out of the shadows.
It's Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
He was one of the bosses later on in the game.
So he's having to fight himself,
Yeah.
like a different future version
like
of
his older self.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll put that one in there. Okay, we'll put the CEO in there. Yeah. Okay. And I still think it'd be kind of cool to have one of those police force guys, that Alchemax. I don't know. Just a generic one. I mean, it doesn't have to be any certain person.
But I forget what they're called. Public Eye Guard.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would work. Because, I mean, it's a big part of the story, and I think that'd be good. Okay. So, we've got classic Spider-Man, then the 2099 Spider-Man, Black Cat, Anti-Venom, number 4, CEO, and the Public Eye Guard.
Okay. That sounds good to me.
And then you get all the little pieces to make Atrocity.
So
I think that's good.
Are you pleased with that set?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be a good one. I think so. What about you? You like that?
Yeah, it seems alright. I mean, normally when we make a set, there's 2 lesser characters. Like I was talking about the one set the other day. Was that the Vulture set that I said the 2 characters that were like C tier? Every Build-A-Figure set has them. I think in that set it was Tombstone and the Beetle. And I was like, they're not even memorable. They're not even like, they're not known to be, well, they are memorable as in they're well-known Spider-Man villains, but they're not known for working together. And a lot of the time, these two lesser-known characters are known for working together. And I was like, that doesn't add up. So, I don't know. We basically don't have the two characters that are in that position.
Yeah. But those are all good characters. Why not?
I don't know.
I mean, the Guard would be.
Yeah, that's one. But it's like Hasbro's tradition. There's two.
Well. I don't know. Who else would we put in there?
Well, we shouldn't put in another one.
Well, I mean, like, who would we switch it out for? I would switch out Black Cat if you're going to switch out any of them.
Really?
Alright, who would you switch out?
I don't know. That's a tough question.
I don't know.
Well, tell us your thoughts, and maybe we will correct the mistake if there is, something that's not right. I don't know, I have a weird feeling about this set. I mean, overall, each one of them looks like it would be a good idea, and I like that, I love that, but when it comes down to it, I'm like, something about this, I don't know. So,
You mean our ideas are not perfect? We might have to change them? Oh no!
Well, tell us your thoughts in the comments below, and what day is it?
Today is Saturday.
Okay, so Sunday, I think that's anything fiction. Sunday, I will make a video, either way, and I'll see you then. Peace.